What is up, YouTube? It's your girl Evelyn, and today I am bringing you my top 5 lesbian horror films. So sit back, enjoy the video, and maybe don't watch this at night.
Oh, guys.
What? Oh, God.
Deborah Logan is in the beginning stages of Alzheimer's disease and being taken care of by her daughter Sarah, aka that one chick that Jenny dated that one time on the L Word. Sarah agrees to let a film crew document the progression of Deborah's illness, but then Deborah gets demonically possessed out of nowhere and predictably hijinks ensue. The Taking of Deborah Logan is a found footage style film similar to The Blair Witch Project and Paranormal Activity. These types of films I find to either be really scary or really goofy, and The Taking of Deborah Logan is really goofy. I felt like I was watching me and a group of my friends trying to deal with one of our moms getting randomly demonically possessed and just failing miserably. That being said, I thoroughly enjoyed this film, and if you're interested, you can catch it on Amazon Prime or Tubi TV.
Sa kanila na lang lahat. Please, sa inyo na lang ang lahat.
Bliss is a psychological thriller / horror film from the Philippines about a famous actress who begins to lose her grip on reality after an accident leaves her housebound and trapped with a sadistic nurse. I don't want to say much more about the plot because the less you know going in, the better the overall viewing experience. That being said, Bliss is definitely not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but if you decide to give it a watch, I must warn you, it has the most disturbing and deeply problematic depiction of the predatory lesbian trope I've ever seen in any film. So just be prepared. The film's distributor, TBA Studios, uploaded the entire thing to YouTube, so I'll throw the link in the description if you want to check it out.
Ow! Oh, you crazy bitch! Why did you do that? Actually, I kind of liked it.
May is a criminally underrated 2002 horror / comedy about a socially awkward young woman who's on the hunt for love and won't stop until she finds it, by any means necessary. This movie is so much better than it has any right to be, and it is hands down one of the best blends of horror and comedy I've ever seen. Also, I have to give a quick shout out to Anna Faris for her hilarious portrayal of the second most predatory lesbian on the list. I cannot recommend May highly enough, and you can catch it on Tubi TV or Amazon Prime.
Daniel? Daniel? Daniel?
High Tension is easily my favorite film on the list, and in my opinion, it's everything a good slasher flick should be. Alexia and Marie are taking a weekend off from college and spending it with Alexia's family at their remote farmhouse. Not long after their arrival, a serial killer shows up and, well, starts killing people. What I love most about High Tension is actually the tension. You're legitimately terrified for these girls, and for most of the film, I've found myself holding my breath and praying they would somehow escape the sadistic serial killer. That being said, it's not a perfect movie, and the less you think about the plot, the more you'll enjoy it. You can catch High Tension on Tubi TV. The #1 movie is an extremely graphic and highly disturbing film, and although I will not be talking about it in detail or showing any graphic clips, I still want to give you guys a heads up because is real nasty. Martyrs is a 2008 French film about Anna, a lesbian who, after being abused as a child, seeks vengeance against those who hurt her. A lot of people consider Martyrs to be torture porn or a splatter film, which is a genre of horror that focuses on gore and graphic violence. Think films like Hostel or the Saw movies, or even The Perfection. And yes, the violence in Martyrs is super duper graphic, and the film as a whole is almost impossible to sit through. But unlike those other films, there's a reason behind the torture in Martyrs. It's not just some crazy dude who wants to sew people's lips to other people's butts. But brutality for a reason is still brutality, and I cannot in good conscience recommend anyone watch Martyrs. But there is a 2015 American remake starring my girl Spencer, and it's a much easier film to watch. In fact, it feels more like a standard horror film, and despite the remake's low ratings, it's really not bad. It's just not the original. You can catch the Martyrs remake on Amazon Prime, and as for the original, just don't. That is it for the list. I want to give a quick shout out to my newest patrons, Monica, Marissa, Dax, Brittany, Melody, Vix, and Joe. And if you want weekly reviews from your girls, definitely consider joining Patreon. This week, I talked about my queer disappointment in the Billie Holiday biopic, my love of Nomadland, and an exasperatingly bad lesbian teen flick. As always, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to drop your favorite lesbian horror film in the comments.